Hey, this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by.
Ryan McCombs, the band SOiL.
It's great to be chatting to you this evening. Your new album, Play It Forward, it's absolutely awesome. I love it. Are you getting a little bit
Thank you.
impatient now, waiting for it to be released on the 26th of August?
I appreciate that. It wasn't doing a covers record wasn't on our radar. So the reception that it's gotten, the positive response, the overwhelming positive response has really been it's been nice to get because like I said, it wasn't on our radar for something to do. Um, but we had a blast doing it and hearing the fans enjoy it, hearing people enjoy it. It means a lot. It's cool. Time well served.
Brilliant. My favorite track actually on the album is surprising for me is Halsey's Nightmare. I didn't even realize she did that song, to be honest with you. I don't keep up with pop so I love
I
that
do not
song.
either. That was a song that Adam brought to the table with an idea
Yeah,
of something just out because we had kind of like a little sidebar note, thing going on with songs that people wouldn't expect and
yeah,
something to have fun with, something to
yeah.
and that was something that Adam came along with. And I live under a rock. I'm not really familiar with Halsey. I'm not
No, I
any of
wasn't.
that. So when he said it to me, I was kind of like, "Yeah, I got to check this out." And
Yeah,
then before I even got a chance to check it out, he worked up the guitar riffs for it and everything and sent that to me. And after hearing that, I was like, I don't even know what she's doing yet, but I dig what you're doing guitar wise. So
yeah,
yeah, let's investigate this a little further.
yeah. Well, talking about strange covers, it's like Ricky Warwick. He always plays "Oops, I Did It Again" by Britney Spears, and it's a bit strange, but he
Right.
pulls it off. And he does it quite a lot on his solo tours. I absolutely love the old-fashioned tape on the album cover. How pleasing is it for you to see like vinyl and cassettes coming back into vogue?
It's crazy. I mean, vinyl's been having kind of a resurgence here for a while. Started out really underground some years ago, and it's getting more and more popular. Cassette blows my mind. I was one of those diehards back in the day that my entire collection was on cassette. And
Yeah,
when those pesky little CDs came out, I pounded the table and said, "Never am I going to give up my cassette collection
yeah.
and move over to CDs." But of course, like everybody else, eventually my tape collection became obsolete.
Yeah, I've still got all my tapes and that, and I've started getting back to
That's
getting
awesome.
the vinyl, replacing a lot of vinyl because I didn't look after my vinyl. Once I got past 20, I didn't. But yeah. So, what are the plans for SOiL? I mean, I know you yet to release this album, but are there plans to release a SOiL album as well at a later stage?
Yeah, we were actually Adam and I were working on new material. Tim and I had thrown around some ideas too. We were really that was our focus during the COVID thing.
Mm,
Our focus was new material, and we were riding long distance. Those guys being in the Chicago burbs, and myself being here in the UK. We were riding long distance, but having fun doing it. And when Cleopatra came to the table with the idea of doing a
yeah,
covers record, and anybody with a job knows how it is. When the boss comes in with an idea like perhaps you'd like to work Saturday. Well, you like to work Saturday all of a sudden. So so when Cleopatra came to the table with the idea of a covers album, it wasn't on our, like I said earlier, it wasn't on our radar. We were in original, we
yeah,
were in SOiL music mode.
yeah,
But I'm glad we did it, and I'm glad they came to the table with the idea because I've always been a lyricist that I write about what I experience in my own
yeah,
personal journey,
yeah,
whatever. I don't want to sound too in depth or anything because there's no depth here. This is a very shallow pool. But I just write about my own experience. So
yeah,
writing material during COVID, you can imagine it was just a bunch of you know political bull crap
yeah,
and social opinions on society sucking ass and turning on my opinions on watching society tear itself apart.
Yeah.
And I was just writing song after song about this.
Yeah.
So it's awesome that, it was great. It was actually, what the hell, at the moment, with a hindsight of perfect timing for
Yeah.
Cleopatra to come to the table with this idea, because we needed a breakaway. I needed a breakaway, so I wasn't writing 20 songs about the same crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
it
can
was
imagine.
perfect timing for this album. So we switched gears, and I'm glad we did, because we had a great time doing it. It was a lot of fun.
Brilliant. So, what are the plans for Soil for the rest of the year? Do you fancy getting out on tour, or is that going to be a bit
Absolutely.
difficult?
I don't know if I don't know how much we had some US dates, festivals booked, but we had a situation come up within the band that we've had to deal with. But that's behind us now. Everybody's healthy and happy now. So
Mm,
I can't get it. I'm not going to go into detail. It's not my business to do so.
mhm.
Um, but everybody's healthy and happy now. So so
Brilliant.
we are back to working feverishly. I just got off the phone maybe 10 minutes before we got on here. I got off
Uh-huh.
the phone with Dan DeVito over at TKO, our booking agent, just catching up on what's going on, because he's
Yeah.
hard at work at, trying to get things in line for us. So we got a lot of things on the table, and we're just trying to sort out what makes the most sense. But we are so, I mean, you can imagine, after the hiatus forced
Yeah.
upon bands the past couple of years, we are chomping at the bit
I
to,
bet.
me and Adam talk on a regular basis about just wanting to get out there and get on this, and just do what we love to do, which is just connect with the
Absolutely.
people that give us a job, the fans out there, the people out there that give us a reason to be.
Absolutely, man. So, going back in time, can you remember the first time you ever stood on a stage and how it felt to have people watching you?
Man, the first times I ever got on stage, the first probably no, well, definitely the first time, and the first two or three times I got on stage. I come from a very small town in Indiana, back in the States.
Right.
The town's it's a one stoplight, two cop car town, as I put it.
Yeah.
It's a very small. We used to joke about the fact that the only way you were going to make it in the music business coming from that area is if David Geffen's airplane crash landed on Main Street. It was
Yeah.
it was so the first couple. My point being, those first couple shows that I ever did were shows that I put on. I found a venue. One time it was a 4-H building, which is an agriculture club back in the
Mhm.
States for youth and stuff. Found 4-H building at the fairgrounds, at the local county fairgrounds, and I rented it out. I rented out the PA system, and I got the people to work the door. This is my high school days, so I was like 18, 17, 16, somewhere between 16, 17 years old, 16, 18 years old. I put the whole show together, and that's the way I had to do the first few shows that I was ever a part of. So to be honest with you, the only aspect of being on stage that I remember is the videos that I've seen.
Yeah.
Even the day after was the videos, because my head was swimming with
Mhm.
with everything that I had to do in order to put on a rock show in that area of the world.
Yeah.
That I don't remember. I don't remember really enjoying it. I just
Right.
remember thinking, "Holy shit, I'm pulling this off."
Brilliant.
Had bands from other areas coming in to, other original bands from other areas of close by and stuff to do a show, because everybody's just hungry for a chance, and it was awesome to do it. And it was awesome to put it on and to give bands a chance to come out and play and in front of people. But yeah, I don't remember my time on stage, because I was so overwhelmed by making sure that everybody around me was doing what they're supposed to do in order to pull off a
Yeah.
successful evening.
Brilliant. Okay, so next one then. So if you're stuck in quarantine for a week, which three people would you have with you,
Three
dead or
people.
alive?
I better say my wife, or I'm gonna probably, she'll get pissed. Um, right now, Adam would be one of those, because I want to keep writing. We've been writing mode, so I want to keep
Yeah.
that train rolling. Oh no, shit! You know what? Adam's out. I gotta kick Adam out. If I was in quarantine, no, you're saying just a week.
Yeah.
Just a week, yeah. My wife, Adam. And in order to keep Adam appeased, we'll go with Alice and his girl too, just so that everybody's happy and we can all get along well. Yeah, there's
Brilliant.
no Adam's all looking at me going, "Really, dude? I'm here with you and your wife. This is bullshit."
Cool.
Yeah,
So what are your
if
feet?
it was longer than a week, I'd have to go with my wife and my boys.
Cool. Cool. So what are your feelings on the current rock and metal scene? Do you think it's healthy?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
I honestly do think it's healthier now than it has been for a while, and that's
Yeah.
weird to say coming out of COVID. But I do think it's showing. I do think the pulse is stronger right now than it has been for maybe the last decade.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just hopeful thinking. But it feels like people have maybe they've been sitting on their hands for a long time during the past couple of years and things were all fucked up.
Yeah.
But and in that period of time, they've really. You're going to hear my dogs right now, probably because I think the wife's home, so the dogs are going to ape shit. Their favorite person in the world, which isn't me, is home. But I think possibly we're starting to see the results of a lot of people trying to figure out how to make the industry healthy again and what to do. What are some new avenues to travel down in order to make the music business, a successful one again, and something that artists can have a career doing again. Because it's been a long time since even the lucky few that get a chance to put their music out there truly have an opportunity to make something of it, make a job of it, let alone a career of it. So I think maybe, I'm hearing all these little things that I'm hopeful that maybe this time off has given people the ability to sit back and come up with some new concepts, because I'm hearing a bunch that really it gives me a lot of promise that the new artists are going to have an opportunity to build at least a job for a while, if not a career. It'd be nice to see the scene get healthy enough again for that, and I think we're getting there.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, because I was just speaking to Steve and Akira, and they're they've been going a while, but they're sort of plugging away and they're starting to get there with it all. They're based down in Portsmouth. Because a lot of the big bands are coming to the end of their careers, and it's like a bit difficult to think who's gonna replace them. So yeah.
Yeah, you think about you watch the festival season year in and year out, and it's almost like an every other year cycle of the same headliners.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if you didn't make a name for yourself 15, 20 years ago, you're lucky to be able to keep, you almost had to build a name for yourself 15, 20 years ago when the scene was healthier, not scene, but when the business was healthier, in order to be able to make the money on the road, because that's where bands make their money nowadays. You needed to be able to make a name for yourself 15, 20 years ago in order to be able to make the money today playing gigs. I want to see young artists like I was a long time ago. I want to see them have, at least have a fighting chance again.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Okay, so let's back to happier things. Can you give me 4 words to describe SOiL?
Old? No.
Love it.
Consistent. Hungry.
Brilliant.
I know that seems weird being at this stage of our career, but man, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it to be over. So I think hungry is a good goddamn word for it. Hungry, determined, and my wife would probably laugh at this one, but I think wise, at least compared to SOiL 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. at
Yeah,
least a little more wise today. So yeah, those would be my four if I had to.
brilliant. So, what track from the soon to be released album would you play to me to introduce me to Soil if I've never heard of you before?
Oh man, it's funny because I guess the track that you almost have to say is Halo, but because evidently it seemed to do well enough to hook a lot of people out there with the first time they
Mm,
heard it. So I can't argue with throwing that out there. But my own personal favorites, you know, understanding me. I mean, I even because I am who I am, I go back to material that no one knows that we released back on like independent labels
mm,
before Scars ever came out. So
yeah,
I go back to Broken Wings and 2 Cent Friend and old old Soil. But I like a lot of the B track stuff. I like a lot
right.
of the stuff that remember and things that aren't necessarily not necessarily the unreals and the yeah, I love stuff off the last whole album, Loaded
Brilliant,
Gun and stuff. I had fun with that.
brilliant. Okay, so it's just 5 questions now, either or either. So the first one is vinyl or digital.
I personally am gonna have to that's a toughie. I gotta say digital just for the fact that I don't have vinyl. I don't have
Right.
the I don't I've never made that jump back to I love it. And I just got it in the mail yesterday. I just got a bunch of our vinyls for the for the new album for the
Yeah.
holy shit, my brain just went blank. For the Play It Forward. I just got a bunch of
Forward.
the Play It Forward vinyls in the mail. And I mean they're not it's cool. There's nothing better than holding
Yeah.
that vinyl in your hand. That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
badass feeling. It's a good feeling. It's a weird feeling. I can't explain it because it's something in the core. It's just
Mm,
it's fucking vinyl.
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But for me personally, I don't have a record player. So but it's something that I need to do.
Absolutely, mate. Brilliant. So hot dogs or fish and chips?
If I say hot dogs, do I get kicked out of the country?
Probably.
Chips, I say that because man, I found this place, Plow on the Hill, just outside of Swindon here where I live. That it's just they do the best fish and chips. I'm
Right.
typically not a huge fan. Um,
No.
I gotta be in. It's one of those things I gotta be in the mood for. It's not that I'm not a big
Yeah.
fan, but I gotta be in the mood for it. But this place, yeah, I'd eat fish, yeah, any time of day. Now, Ben, I was never a big hot dog guy, so it's actually kind of an easier
Right.
decision than what you'd think. But since living here, once in a while, I'll get the hankering. I'll get I'll get the craving for a hot dog for some reason,
Yeah.
and I will go to the store and buy some hot dogs and buy all the Chicago toppings and all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
crazy to make a Chicago hot dog because nothing beats that.
Mhm.
The key about Chicago hot dog though is that you put so much shit on it that you really can't taste the hot dog anymore.
Fair enough. Sounds good. All right. So festival or small intimate gig?
It's impossible, man. Come on, Sebastian, man. Shit. That is I need both of them in my life. I'm gonna cheat. There's no answer. There's no right answer to that. I need both of those in my life because there's nothing, it's two different feelings of togetherness. I mean, there's something about looking out and seeing 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people or more.
Yeah.
Um, hearing them singing back the lyrics, feeling the lyrics that you felt when you wrote them. Something about that it is impossible but at the same time, there's something about that, even that like one of my favorite venues I mean, my favorite venue of all time is London Astoria, rest in peace. But
Right.
my favorite venue still alive is this little venue in Flint, Michigan, of all places, called the Machine
Right.
Shop. And I mean, there's a bunch that I really liked. I definitely have my top 10, but one of those would be the machine. And it's a 500 cap room. It's a small
Yeah.
little room. Man, it's badass. The waterfront in
Norwich.
yes, thank you. That's
I don't know why I know that. I've never been to it. I've never been to Norwich.
really,
I
dude.
know
I
it.
love that. There's certain places like that just, and even since I've been doing these acoustic shows, the cobblestones, and there's in Bridgewater, and it, there's all these little super intimate when you talk about that, like
Yeah.
the slaughtered lamb in London and stuff. That's these super little things that like I've been doing these acoustic shows at.
Yeah.
They're just great. There's no right answer and there's no wrong answer to that question,
No.
because that feeling of intimacy, that feeling of being in the room right there face to face, you can reach out and touch each other, is amazing. But
Right.
then it also is the big huge thing where you feel like that you and everybody out there could take over the world. That's pretty damn
Absolutely.
cool too.
Brilliant. Right. Next one. Saint or sinner? You gotta be careful because your wife's back.
I'm thinking that if I said thanks, she'd probably go, bullshit. I like to think of myself much more of a saint than I really am, probably.
Cool.
So I would
Good
probably
answer.
have to go sinner on that one. Regretfully, I think it takes a little bit of sinner to get anywhere within this industry. And it sucks to say that, but there's a lot of people that have made a lot of money off of myself and the people in my position. That there's a lot of sinners out there. So you almost have to have a bit of that in order to navigate, I think.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I should say that, but anyway, yeah. I think anybody can say it. I think if anybody's going to be honest, you're probably a hell of a lot more of a sinner than what you care to really acknowledge. But man, I strive every day to be more saintly. But
the
world is what the world is. So you have to have a little bit of that sinner just to be able to survive, I think.
Yeah, right. Now the final one: Joe Biden or Kermit the Frog?
Kermit the Frog all day long. Yeah, I'll take you can kill. I'll take a dead Kermit the Frog over Joe Biden. I'll take. I think there's a fucking dust bunny around this. I just swept recently, so there probably isn't. But if there was a dust, I have dogs, so I know there's a hairball. There's a dust hair part thing clump somewhere that I've missed. I would take that piece of shit over Joe Biden. Anyway, yeah.
Brilliant. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for your patience, and we got there eventually. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
We because of things the way they went out, we weren't able to be on the road like you don't normally are when you have a release. We weren't able to be on the road on a tour or anything. We're putting that together now for coming up later in the year. But one thing I decided to do was go old school with it. So if you're here in the UK, on August 26th, free admission, we're having a listening party at a venue, at a little pub on my favorite little watering holes. It's nothing fancy. It's no metal bar or anything. It's just a pub that I like to go have a drink. We're having a listening party there August 26th, the night of the release, and we'll have vinyls and CDs there available. But it's just a chance to give the SOiL family a reason to get together and have a good time. It's a 5-minute walk from the train station or a 4-minute stumble, plenty of parking around. Something, if like I said, the SOiL family wants to have a reason to get together. There's a war inside of the
light for the homeless man. We got a kinda gentler machine gun hand. Got department stores